Hello everyone, MP Hater here, and welcome back to my Newcomer's Guide for Elden Ring. This is part 14. So, in the last episode, we ended up making it to Stormveil Castle, and we got around maybe the 1/3 mark, and we got a good chunk of the rest of it to go, so we'll probably finish out everything for it in the next episode, but we are going to be kind of progressing at this point. So, we're going to make our way back up these stairs. Previously we came up here just to get an item, but I'm going to go ahead and progress this area now. So as you go around here, there's going to be an enemy who has, I think, hurt us. There he is. Now as you get outside, I'm going to kind of hug this little section here, because this enemy will alert all the rest of the enemies that are out here. They're all basically sleeping, so give him a stab, grab the golden rune. Oh, he dropped something. I'll have to go back for that. A couple more over here. Alright, and we're going to climb up these sandbags. And now Elden Ring is going to become a platforming game. We're going to drop off here. Drop off here. Going around, we're going to get this item over here, which is a smithing stone. We're going to drop off here. We're going to cross this area to the next roof over. This one, by the way, hits you with explosives, so get rid of it quickly. Over here, grab the dozing cross-legged gesture. Then we're going to jump back over. We're going to climb up here. So there's some enemies along this path here. So kill them, and then we're going to climb up this ladder. So up here are actually a bunch of birds, though they're not the ones that have the stuff attached to them. You can kill them, though, for the same pinions that they have. And feathers. You can also jump across this and kill a few more. Otherwise, though, we're going to head back down. We're going to drop here. And we're going to head down here. So there are actually two routes that we can go. This route is actually going to head to the front of this place. There will be another grace on the ground, basically, near where basically all of the enemies are pointing their weapons towards at the gate. So you could potentially go down there, but we're actually going to go the opposite way for the moment. We will come back for this here in a little bit. So drop off here. Pick up the Solemn Smithing Stone. If you need to get your health back, go in there. You can see there's a path, hallway down there. Take the elevator up, and that'll get you out of here up to the grace that we started at in this episode. Otherwise, though, I'm going to do a few things before we go that route. All right, so we got a few items. Let's go take a look first at the misericord. So this is a dagger. So has D rank scaling. Not as good as what we have currently, mostly because it's not upgraded, I suspect. We may switch to this later, we'll see. But it does have E and D rank strength and dex scaling respectively. It also has a higher crit rate, it looks like. In addition to that, we also ended up picking up the Iron Wet Blade. So we haven't talked too much about affinity yet, but basically in the game there is the ability to set affinities whenever you apply an Ash of War, and that is something that we can do whenever we are attaching them now to a weapon. So we can have, for example, a standard affinity, a quality affinity for quality weapons, that kind of stuff. It basically replaces the concept of gems that Dark Souls 3 has. Otherwise, we'll come out here and kill that guy. Then we're going to head back. So now we're going to head inside. We want to avoid the Grafted Scion for now. Head out here. So this is the Chrysalid's Memento. Before we use it, we're going to duck into here and head upstairs. So, now we are going to head back over to the Stormveil shack. Again, make sure you trigger the elevator. That way we can get it whenever we're going to come back down later. So out of the Stormveil shack, we're going to talk to Roderica.
Did you give that I love? What's the key? Oh, I can't.
So we found basically the Chrysalids'
I think perhaps I'll find
memento. We're going to head to Round Table Hold because that's where she said she was going to go. Go ahead and talk to her.
Isn't this the Round Table? I never knew, although I'm still looking.
Talk to her again.
Please, I'd like for giving me. It was as if you have my. It's all I'm still looking.
She'll give you the golden seed.
I'm still looking.
Once she says that she's still looking for a purpose, we're going to head in here and we're going to talk to Master Hugh because we're going to give her a purpose.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your arm. The girl you brought here.
So ask him about Roderica.
I saw another eye.
Now we're going to go talk to her again.
It's all I'm still looking. You'll tell. I don't believe if I do.
So tell her what the blacksmith said.
Certainly, I know. I can tell.
Then we're going to go talk to him again. And just use the first option each time you talk to him.
Are you out of goods? Absurd. I don't.
Alright, so now that we've talked to him, we're going to go and rest at the table. And she has moved.
Good. I have you to I can have I'm as yet. But and if there's well I certain Roderica.
So she will now upgrade your spirit ashes. So I'm going to go ahead and get some upgrades for my lone wolf ashes. You should be able to get yours up to, at this point, +2. And then I've got 10,000 runes. Let's go ahead and spend them on an upgrade. So we are now at 40 vigor. From this point on, I'm going to be switching over to dexterity and arcane, alternating between them. As I collect gear, though, I may end up having to increase my endurance a little bit just to wear the gear I want to wear, while still keeping a medium roll. Once we get to a point where I feel like it's time for us to start putting more into vigor again, though, we're going to get vigor up to 60, and that'll basically be where we cap it. Most builds are going to cap somewhere between 45 and 60. So kind of up to you, but I would say 60 is the best place to go for someone who's newer on the game, because from 40 and up, you don't get diminished returns. You get even better returns the closer you get to 60. After 60, though, you do get diminished returns, so I wouldn't generally want to level bigger past 60. That's going to be what things look like for now. Otherwise, though, we're going to head back to the Rampart Tower. And we're going to head back down. Now we got this elevator to take us down. So we're actually going to go head back outside, though, because a new item has popped up here. So we now have the Crimson Hood. I'm going to go ahead and equip that to myself. So I have to like that hood better. Otherwise, our goal now is going to be to kill... where'd he go? There he is. So we can convince him to head over here. He's not that hard to kill at this point, but if you want to make this easy like I am, you can do it this way. If you've got a bow and arrow with decent damage, you can also do it that way if you want to, or just hit him from afar. Hit him with magic is fine too. Anyway, he won't respawn, so we're good with that. We're going to go ahead and collect the items that are down here. So Staunching Boluses are good for dealing with bleed damage. Got a new axe. Then we're going to head upstairs, kill this guy up here, and get an item that's up here. Now, there are many ways to get out to the courtyard area. This is one of them. However, we're going to come back for this a little later. There are enemies that are kind of pointed towards the door there, so... And there's a better place for us to go, better direction for us to go. In my opinion, anyway. Anyway, kill these enemies. Go ahead and pick up the Exalted Flesh. Crafting material. And then I recommend backstabbing this guy. Inside this chest, we have a Mimic Veil. This will allow us to disguise ourselves as something inanimate around us. Then we're going to head out here and inside here. I like to kill this guy. Sometimes he ends up chasing us down. Then we're going to head in here. An item right here. Grab the golden rune. So there is another one of these sentries that's out here. I'm going to wait for him to turn around, and then we're going to go try to backstab him too. Alrighty. We're going to climb up that ladder here in a minute. For now, we're going to head in here. Got a couple of these really weak enemies out here. And we got Roger. This is the guy that helped us against Margaret.
Not hot enough about this place. It's not exactly a place. I see you can see it well.
Tell him that you're here to defeat Godric.
Would you care to learn as a fellow?
And he's going to give you the opportunity to learn some Ashes of War from him. So he's got a few. Pretty decent ones in my opinion. Don't worry though, we'll be able to use him as a vendor later. He'll actually move to the Round Table Hold after we finish Godric. Otherwise though, we're going to go back. So you might remember Gostock from the last episode. And I mentioned before, whenever we first met him, that he was going to follow us throughout the castle. And I mentioned that there were 3 places that you would be able to meet him in the castle. And the one that was above the elevator at the end of the last episode is one that you have to meet him at. However, you can either meet him at the beginning, which is what we did in the last episode, or you can meet him here, and that will satisfy the second meeting with him. After that, he will begin selling you items once you reach him again, either by waiting for the end of the boss battle or by going back to the front gate. Otherwise, though, we're going to come around here, and I'm going to drop off the ledge to pick up an item. And we're going to rinse and repeat. And head over here. Pick up the golden rune. And you might remember this place. This is where we fought these birds. Oh, looks like he died. Alright, so next we're going to come in here. We'll grab ourselves the Grace again. And we're actually going to work our way back to where we just were. Easiest way to do that is to jump And then we're going to drop off here. Oh, wrong way. So now we're going to head up here. We're going to head up this ladder. We're going to drop off. Grab that. So, enemy right here. Knock him off or kill him. Then we got a pickled turtleneck. And we have a stone sword key. So now we're going to go back to the Rampart Tower again. And I'm going to do the same jump a second time. Except this time I'm not going to drop off there. I'm going to drop off here. Then I'm going to drop down here. And we're going to go down here. So there's some rats down here. We got a fireproof dried liver, crafting item. And we're going to use the stone sword key we just picked up to open up this. We got a Godslayer seal. And we got a Godskin prayer book. So head through here, grab the golden rune. And now we are outside, basically the same place that you might remember from before. So you can go back up here, and this leads to the split. You might remember the split that I talked about before. We're going to go back the way we came, grab a couple of items along the way. Oh, actually, I forgot. There's an item over here. So I don't recommend dealing with them both at the same time. Shoot one of them. Get him to follow you. Then we'll go ahead and fight the other one. We have a festering bloody finger here. Multiplayer item. So now we're going to go across here. And then up here we have a nomadic cookbook. And now we are back. This is where we dropped off earlier. Let's see. I'll go ahead and pop that. I'll pop that too. And I'll catch a heal. Now, if you want to, you can head back down there and go back up to your grace. However, I'm going to go ahead and unlock the next grace. So, if you want to make a beeline for it, run towards the fire over there. There's a path leading to it. I'm going to clear out the way, though, of some of the enemies that are pointing their weapons at it, though, so that'll make this a little bit easier. Come over here for a smithing stone. We can summon now, by the way. While they're dealing with our enemies, we're going to come down here, get a few items. And then we'll go ahead and head in here. This will open the gate. Golden rune. Around here is a common or simple garb. And then we'll go ahead and grab the grace. Okay, so from the grace, we are going to work our way back up. Beware, there are going to be guys shooting stuff at us still. We want to clear out this area here. Hey, get him to come down and have some fun with him. Alright, so now we are going to rinse and repeat what we just did with full flasks and mostly full health and magic now. Because we're going to go to that tower over there, but there's a mini-boss over there, so want to make sure that you were prepared. So try not to let your wolves die. We're going to clean up these enemies too. Yeah, there's another one. Man, there's so many of these enemies out here, I always forget. Well, here's hoping they survive. So this is optional. You do not have to defeat this thing. But I'm going to. We got Somber Smithing Stone, Beast Blood, and Old Fang. So Beast Blood is crafting materials, so are Old Fangs. And this is going to unlock another race. And that's actually going to be where we wrap out this episode. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and start leveling into Arcane and Dexterity at this point. So, that's going to wrap out, I think, where we're going to end this episode off of. So in the next episode, we're going to be tackling the rest of the courtyard. But until then, thank you everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.